Welcome back to another episode of Underground Albums, where we review upcoming artists' body of work. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, another music review. Hope all is doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for all the support we've been having. It's been fantastic. Hope you all doing well. I'm alright, kind of tired. Long day as always. But this usually gives me a good energy. Surprisingly, doing this work actually makes me, because I never see this as work. I always see this as just fun to do. Hopefully I can do this for like the rest of my life as a job. This would be fantastic. That can only happen with your support, though. If you want more music reviews like this, or like some of the ones you've seen in the past, if you're returning, if you're new, welcome. Then please like the videos, share them, subscribe. Road to 1,000 subscribers. It helps out with the algorithm. Helps me with knowing what you guys like and what kind of music you guys want me to review more. Any underground artists of any genre, if you want your music reviewed next, all you gotta do is in any of the descriptions of any video, there are the links to my Instagrams, both for the podcast and for personal. Follow those also to keep up with any updates for anything me musically, because I am a producer, as well as updates to the podcast, videos, polls, all that fun stuff. Subscribe to the channel and then just tell me what you want to review. Once I've seen you've done those things, it could be an album, could be a track, could be an EP, could be a full artist of the day, could be your music, could be your friend's music, could be your friend's music. Send it my way once you do that. I take top priority. I'm getting more and more requests each day. My list is getting longer and longer, so the sooner you send in, the better for you to get reviewed sooner. That being said, today's video is based off a request. Mr. TOS Brando, an artist that he actually found the channel off of a review of an EP or an album, a rap mixtape I reviewed. A collab mixtape, a collab record with TOS KTB. I thought the record was cool. Was a pretty solid record. Rough around the edges. I felt like the performances were pretty alright. It was TOS Brando's was very hit or miss. I feel like he had good moments, good highlights, good lowlights. Overall, was a pretty solid record. So it did pique my curiosity when he did message me, which I did appreciate absolutely, about reviewing his new album that he just released back in January of this year, titled Mixed Signals. 14 tracks, 37 minutes. If you guys want to check out the album or TOS Brando in general, I'll leave a link to his Instagram and his music. Go support him. I'm intrigued because I haven't done an album review in some time. I want to be better about that. And I'm intrigued to hear it because I'm very more intrigued because after listening back to that, and I've heard some features off of I believe his work he's done some songs with J Vibes, and back then, if I remember correctly, some of those reviews that he had pretty decent flow, pretty decent bars, but nothing to me that from my recollection that made him stand out from the crowd and made it consistently like, oh shit, this is what makes him different. I'm curious to see in this new record what he does. There's some features on here. A lot of this is mainly him. So let's see if he can carry out these songs by himself. I don't anticipate to hate this record, but I'm really more entering this very curious, I'll say. But I am excited. Either way. That being said, the first track is titled Rat.
Yeah, he running, he gon' sprint up out his sand. Do you know that nigga? He got took off the map, he ran. Yeah, I know that,
oh yeah. Okay. Who does he sound like? I like that. That's tight. This would be really cool at concert. I feel like this would be really good as like a rave or something. This would be dope. Okay, this is dope. I'm liking this. All right, I'm digging that. First song, lots of energy. I like the beat up on that a lot. I like the rough production around it. The sample was good. He maintained energy pretty well. The song did drag on for a touch. Chorus was pretty solid. Those sometimes felt a little bit iffy, but for the most part were really consistent. Bars really weren't nothing to really bring into. It's more the energy and the hypeness of it. I would love to see that like actually as like a crowd being like, yeah, I know it, yeah, rat. That'd actually be pretty fucking tight. And yeah, I'll put that on the playlist. That'll go on the playlist. Yeah, first track, lots of energy, not bad at all. A solid start. Next track is titled Red Light featuring Crazy T. What? Okay. Okay. The beat's pretty good. These flows are not making any sense. Okay. Second track, Red Light. I like the beat on that. I like the production on it a lot. I feel like that's very anthemic. I really do actually like that a lot. Like if I had that beat, I would definitely rap over it. I really enjoy that. So whoever produced that, awesome job. Was the mixing on these two tracks actually been pretty good so far. Mixing has been pretty good. But I do like the energy of both of them that bring. But their flows make no sense. No sense on this record. Mostly Brando's, mostly Crazy T's kind of tried to fit in a pocket, but was off beat all the time. But he was more on beat than TOS Brando. That flow that he went with was consistently done throughout the entire song, and it just made it look. It just sounded very amateur. The flow didn't fit that type of beat. It didn't fit tempo wise. It just didn't make any logical sense. It doesn't sound coherent. It sounds kind of like more of a ranting mess, rather than it does an actual rap song. I don't know. That one's not. Maybe that works for some people. But I don't know. For me, that one's kind of a wasted opportunity because the beat and the production's really done. I like the effects done on the voice. I just don't know how someone didn't hear that and was like, I don't know. That could be based off preference, but I don't know. I feel like that one just wasn't it. There's a lot of potential with that one though. Next track is titled Fade. We're going for some alien crunk shit. Talk that Jeezy talk. Oh yeah. Talk that talk. I like that. I like that. How that song was 2 minutes and it felt like it dragged on does not make sense to me. Again, energy, kind of the same things I like about the other songs. I like the energy he brings. It's very consistent. It kind of has it's a weird blend of like X and Ski Mask, funny enough, is what I'm hearing. The 2017 SoundCloud era is screaming. But it doesn't sound like a ripoff by any sense. But he also sounds like there's someone he sounds like a lot like that. I'm drawing a blank on who it is. Again, this song was just okay. It was okay. It was nice pick me up. Flows were more consistent, but you can kind of hear when words were clipped, when sentences were clipped together. It sounds very choppy. Doesn't sound very not as smooth as it could have been, but that song is a pick me up from Red Light, so I guess the song's just okay. The production I like a lot, very ghostly, mostly hi-hatless, more just really let the ghost samples and the bass and the 808 really just let that control the song, and I like that production choice. It was well done, mixed pretty well too. Next track is titled Can't Be One of Mine, featuring Swersy.
Shit, now you heard what I spoke. Counted up shit, I've been running up on these niggas is scary, they don't wanna slide. They really
Alright, that's a good bar. You need to feature 500 a line. Alright, that's dope. This aesthetically would fit Skype, funny enough. I'm interested. Skype would actually do pretty well, I feel like, on this. Alright, Swerzy's picking it up, though. Okay. Again, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm not a fan of that flow. Like it would have fit if he hadn't had like. It sounds like he's rushing every line. I don't know what it is. It kind of works sometimes, but then it kind of doesn't. I don't get that. I feel like the drums, first of all, way too loud in comparison to the beat, to like the actual melody part. It was a good beat, good solid choice. Swersey started off kind of rough, but as he be towards the latter half of his verse, he actually picked it up pretty well. I feel like he actually could have gone a little bit longer. TOS was pretty alright, in terms of bar wise, but I don't know. I feel like it sounds like these are just all so like lacking direction that it isn't locking in with the beat in terms of flow wise entirely, and it's not coherent enough for me to be like, this sounds like you're rapping. This more sounds like I said, an angry tangent that's not on beat, that just you played an instrumental in the background and it started off on beat and then it just wasn't. It's okay. I'll probably have to come back to that one. It's all right. Next track is titled Room Freestyle.
I hit the gas, but my speakers knocking loud. Been doing shit, but they really don't know me. Snakes get around me, I know that they phony. That nigga my partner, know he
Bro,
so he moving like snails. Ain't in the story, yeah, ain't the
where was this and like the other? He sounds a lot like Juice WRLD right now. I ain't gonna hold you, but he's riding the beat right now. Hey, you get paid to. Hey, there's never been a truer statement. I get paid to rap on beats, but really I'm just talking. That has never been a truer statement. Why was the Room Freestyle like already better than like the 4 songs and more coherent than the 4 damn near all 4 songs that we've already heard? That was more, his flow was more concise. Really did sound like Juice WRLD on there, but not a bad sound to really take a derivative from. Not gonna hold you. Beat was good. Beat had a lot of energy. I feel like there's a little his voice at certain times when he does use autotune can be a little bit too saturated, but this one was good. This one was solid. This was a good pickup. This was a highlight right now. This was a highlight for sure. Let's see if we can continue the trend of highlights here. Next track is titled Pop Out, Rock Out.
niggas, y'all still trying to throw you away. Yeah, I know some of them niggas that don't fuck with me cause they throwing the beats in my pockets on crib. Also, them niggas from
okay. Hey, there we go. Oh yeah. Yes, I'm that nigga. Hey, that's a bar, bro. That's a bar right there. That man said, yeah, I'm that nigga. That is my pronouns. That's a bar. That's gangster. I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. That's horde. Y'all are bug. Damn, that impact is delayed, man. And now he's back to rambling. God damn it. Get back in the pocket. You know, I'm thinking that's a highlight for me. I do believe that's a highlight. There's some really high moments in that song. Towards the second half, he trailed off the rails, in my opinion. And it took him a little. The intro was kind of a rough part to get settled, but man, once he did, that shit was great. Chorus was great. He has great choice in instrumentals. I will say that, but man, when he got, that's kind of a highlight for me because there was some of the highest moments of the album so far in that song right there. Not coherent enough, not consistent enough for me to put on the playlist, but that was pretty good. That was overall not bad at all. Next track is titled Fly Away. Future Hendrix. Metro! Trying to buy a what? Okay. No, solid song. Just talking about themes of betrayal, heartbreak, being toxic. Those are more consistent. Uh, spacious beat, pretty dope. Pretty solid, pretty solid. Next track is titled "Wait on You." This could be dope. Please don't fuck this up. Please don't. That synth is fine until it jumps to that octave. Oh my god. Okay. There needs to be more creativity to these bars, respectfully. Because I come for you with something, man. There needs to be consistent flow. There needs to be something. Right now, I'm getting bars that are so surface level or kind of really incoherent. In such a way, and then the chorus, I don't know. I feel like this needs more direction. Okay, that's tight. That's tight. I got a what do you say? I got a backhead full of thoughts and a clip that's full of memories. Okay, that was tight. Yeah, that one, I don't know. The chorus is alright. It gets kind of obnoxious by the end of it because there's nothing else new to it. It's just yo, which is pretty catchy the first two times. It's pretty solid singing. I'm not gonna hold you. It isn't that too awful. The beat's alright. Don't know how I feel about that synth jump. Like it sounds fine, but the minute it goes, it's not. It doesn't line up, I feel like, properly with how his flows went, and I think that's more the synth than it is him. Just because I feel like there could have been a better pattern. I like the instrument; it was in the right key. I feel like they could have chose a better melody though to for that, because it does feel like it doesn't line up. Next track is titled "Trust Nobody."
I like these ladies all abusive. Said I can't live by myself, but trust me, I'ma do it. Thought that they had my back, thought that they were shooting. Asking for some handouts, you need to help yourself. Thought you was my running up, but no, I cannot tell. I can fucking trust nobody. I've been really getting to it, getting on my own. Please don't hit my phone.
We on this Polo G shit a little bit. Okay, I like that. The studio's my home. Okay. This is good. This is pretty good so far. This is pretty good so far. Okay. This is pretty good. I don't care. 21. 21. This was good. This was great. This was really good. That was really good. You know what? That say it with me, people. That is going on the playlist. The beat was dramatic. Gave a lot of Polo G energy. Just very dramatic, very theater. His flows, besides a few times where it just sounded like he just word vomited in certain phrases, it was like very far and few. That was actually the most focused and directed song I've heard on the album by far. Thematically, it was really great. Some biting bars. I like that a lot. I think he fit the tone of the song really well. I think this is arguably the best song so far for me personally. I think this was really good. This was really solid work. Next track is titled G.T.A. Whoops. It's kind of wavy. It's wavy. Okay, I like the choppiness of it. I like that. I like that. I'm a testing nigga because I'm a ace it. Alright, that was tight. Whoa. Bro, I hear it, bro. Flows were consistent more on that one too. I think that it has a certain groove to it that the others didn't have. It was a certain delicacy. that a certain, like, not that it wasn't as harsh as the other songs are. The chorus I'm not a fan of. It sounds very drunken and doesn't sound very directed. But overall, I think I have to come back to that one, but I think that's a highlight for me. I do think it's a highlight. Next track is titled "Can't Let You Know," featuring TB Flocky. Very atmospheric. I like this. I like the atmosphere of it so far. Very airy. I like the atmosphere he's creating right now.
Sometimes I always wonder how I make it through the day. And you talking to you.
This is Flocky?
I can't let you know. I can't let you know. I can't let you know. No.
Okay.
I can't let you know.
Are you gonna say anything else besides I can't let you?
Friends all in our business. Wish I could dismiss it. Ask me when my time coming. All I know is this is. Even though I joke around, just know I'm not okay. Sometimes I always wonder how I make it through.
T. Flocky's wavy on this. Okay, well that song felt way too short. Interesting enough, that felt way too short. TV Flocky rapped for maybe a combined time of 30 seconds, and it's arguably the best rap performance I've heard in this entire album. I like the energy he thought. I feel like this song could have been a lot longer. I felt like you could have given him a lot more time. I feel like Brando kind of just interrupted him. It felt more like an interruption, and the chorus of "I can't let you know, I can't let you know," I feel like it dragged on a little bit too much. Verse was pretty solid thematically, talking about, you know, betrayal and all that. His bars felt kind of like, again, choppy, not put together well enough. I feel like he could have definitely, I don't know, it just felt very freestyled almost. But TB Flocky made that pretty dope, man. I feel like I would love to see, you know, I wish that was longer so we could hear more from both of them, because I feel like that could have been really cool. But overall, a solid cut. Next track is, okay, so we had "Can't Let You Go." Next track is titled "Let You Know." Ooh. Oh, wait, hello. What the fuck? See, that's what I'm talking about. That right there, that I don't understand that. I don't understand that personally. Like, he was literally fine. That's why. It's not even just him, because I hear it so much with other people I've reviewed before. JD Fuego. Who else? There's a couple of. Just don't get it. I don't understand why they do that. There's more words than space. Instead of just changing or condensing the sentence, they just word vomit, and it sounds so amateur, so sloppy, so drunken. It like that's so like, as a rapper, that's so amateur. As someone who raps as well, like, oh my god, it just it's just so, it's frustrating.
No, I'm toxic. No, you gonna try, but I can't lie. You can't top it. Don't you let you know that you was one up in a million. I should let you know that I've been dealing with this pain. I should let you know that I'm not gonna be the kid I really
What?
trust.
You still gonna fucking with me if I blow his brain? What? I'm not gonna I'm not gonna cap, I'm gonna lie. Or I'm not gonna cap, not gonna lie. Okay. Yeah, nah. I'm not a fan of that one. All these are sounding freestyle, and this album is becoming more and more of a slog to listen to, because it's the same issues. It sounded like the same song, just a different beat. We'll get more into that a little bit later, but it's starting to become a slog right now. Next track is titled "Composure," featuring JB.
Keep that true. I done lived it up so fucking much that I can't feel shit. Word on my shoulder. They say slow down, I can't keep my composure. I'm trying to live my best life and stay focused.
Okay, JB. He does sound like They Love Zay. Oh my god. There it is. I was like, who if I... They Love Zay. That's who he sounds like. He has a little bit more of a certain huskiness to him, but he sounds a lot like They Love Zay.
Hold up.
I would like a little less autotune on her, but besides that, she sounds pretty good. They sound pretty good. Oh yeah! All right, you know what? That song was a good pick me up. Brando had sloppy moments, but pretty solid. Fantastic verse from JB. Inflections were good. Don't know how I feel about that much autotune on their voice. Would love to have a little bit less down on a certain that one because this feels like I'm getting turn on it, turn on it, turn on. But when they sell in pitches, man, it was great. Their rap verse, great. Love the energy they brought. It was a great pick me up from and the good a good follow up from the standard that Brando hit. So that's pretty good, man. Pretty good. And the final track we'll listen to is titled Too Many Hands. Man, the second half of this album really got like, he got really in his feels in the second half. Not complaining at all, but interesting. Pretty okay closer. I mean, singing was solid. Autotune was a little bit saturated. Same old, same old. Beat was very bland in my opinion. But overall it was a solid closer, and thematically fits into the same what they're talking about. All right, that was Mixed Signals by TOS Brando. How am I feeling about this album overall? You know, I'll talk about the positives, what I like about this album overall, and then we'll get to my kind of criticisms and my issues with it overall. In short, in summary, this album is not good, but it's not awful. And what I mean for is I appreciate this album more for the potential it has, and but with that being said, there's still a lot that I feel like is just not ironed out, and you know, as picky as I am, I don't understand how people heard this and no one checked certain songs. First of all, the TOS Brando's taste and production is great. His taste and production is fantastic. There's a lot of beats here I really did enjoy. I really thought that even at certain moments he flowed great over, so the features flowed great over. The mixing was actually really good. Like it had that rough edge to it, but it didn't feel like clippy. It didn't feel like that. So I really did. It helped in the favor of the album a lot. There's great uses of instruments in terms of anthemic. Then we got dramatic. There was a good variety of instrumentations. All of them trap beats, obviously, which kind of made it kind of a slog sometimes. But in terms of melodies, overall it's pretty solid. There was a few I didn't like the one synth one, and the final one kind of the penultimate beat, the second to last one was the beat was kind of blah, kind of meh, if that's the one I'm thinking of. But that's kind of where and the features I think almost every feature did really well. I think arguably TB Flocky and JB had like the best performance on the album, period. But that's kind of where my appreciation for this album stops, and kind of where my list of what I like about this album stops. TOS Brando's bars are so surface level, and the biggest thing, they lack direction. Like, there's so many times where he struggles with flow, and there's rappers who rap off beat all the time. So if that was his goal, then I understand that. But when his voice is so saturated in autotune, and it's just it feels so drunken, it feels so mind-numbing that on top of the repetitive trap jumps, it contributes to, you would listen to maybe 2 or 3 songs and then immediately go do something else. It's not engaging enough thematically, sonically, in any sense that would keep someone engaged to listen to it. And there's some really solid songs off this. Rat was good energy.
His energy, I would say, TOS's energy was pretty consistent. When he fits thematically with the beat, he actually matches the tone of it very well. But bar-wise, there's nothing to dig into. And I'm not saying you have to be Jay-Z or Kendrick, like a penman. But there's nothing that makes him stand out that makes him himself. There's no signature anything really. It doesn't feel like I'm listening to a TOS Brando record, much as more if I sound like someone who's doing an imitation of XXXTentacion, Juice World, and a mix of Ski Mask. Some beats here I felt like he could have really went really well, but he chose a flow that didn't make vocal lines or anything to make any sense in comparison. The flows were amateur. I ruined a lot of it, I feel like. While his singing was pretty solid at times, I think the saturated autotune and the placement of certain things just didn't pan out to make any sense. And when you drop an album of 14 records, it comes a point where like you do start repeating the same thing over and over. But the thing is, we couldn't even get to the halfway point because he kind of talked about everything he wanted to talk about in the first 7 records. Like, if he had condensed this down, this might have been pretty solid. But because it has such a longer runtime, even the short songs that have 2 minutes, a minute and a half feel like just such a slog and a task to get through. Room Freestyle sounded arguably one of the most coherent songs on the entire album, and it's titled a freestyle when every other song sounds like it's freestyle. There are some bars that were pretty clever at times, but really just nothing to dig into. And like I said, I keep emphasizing this point, but it comes back to this. I just don't see any direction. It sounds like this is a kind of a cosplay of gangsta, kind of. It doesn't feel authentic enough for it to stand out amongst the crowd because he sounds like just another SoundCloud rapper. And before anyone watches this and thinks I'm hating, I'm not. I don't hate this record. I don't think it's that good, but I'm not saying my criticisms to be a dick. I'm just being 100% honest. There are highlight moments. There are times where he locked in the flow and he sounded great. There are there was highlights in Pop Out Rock Out. I thought was pretty alright. Rap I thought was pretty solid. Trust Nobody I thought was pretty great. Arguably the best song on the album. It just lacked consistency. I think there were so many fundamental things that were left out here, and I feel like there's got to be someone around them that heard these songs in their final form, and they were like there's surely someone had to listen to and be like, yeah, no, this is not, maybe you do this, maybe you do that, maybe, because if there isn't, that's a problem. If there is, and we ignored it, that's kind of a problem. I just hope that more songs to listen to in the future, because there is a lot of potential in this album. That's what I mean. That's like, I look at this from the lens of, if he had just fixed these minute things, this album could have went from meh to good or even to great. Because he does have the mind for effect, the mind for good instrumentals, mind for good performance in terms of voice inflection, great tonal energy, all that stuff. He has those parts down, but flow, consistency, in terms of what to talk about, it really is non-existent. And variety, especially with something as long as this, like if you're gonna do something like talk about what you're gonna talk about, which is fine, do whatever the hell you want, because when you perform it well, you do it really well, sir. Then condense it into like shorter mixtapes or something. But at least until we get to a point to where we can make it as something more engaging, because even the singing, sometimes as solid as it does on pitch, sounds drunken. The flows just make no sense, and I just feel like every time I listen to it and the more I talk, I just keep sounding more like a broken record. And I'll leave it at that. Now let's give us a rating out of 10. I would say a light to decent 3 out of 10 on this one. I know what you guys think, though. I could be tripping. I'm going to come back to it and listen to it again. I could be tripping. I could come back and there's some songs I would like more. Let me know what you guys think, though. If you guys want to listen to more of TOS Brando's work, he's a talented dude, and he's been a supporter of the channel for a little bit. I'll leave a link to his music, the album, and his Instagram down below. Go give him a follow. Go support him. Today's underground album was Mixed Signals by TOS Brando. Like, comment, subscribe, please. If you want your stuff reviewed next, Follow us on social medias on both our Instagram accounts down below. Subscribe and then send me in what you want. Also, we have a new song. I have a new song coming out. Let's see. At this time of recording, by the time this video is out, it'll be April 15th. So on April 17th. So yeah, this upcoming Monday. New song, Dream On, new single featuring Oto Zubikawa and Maggie Watson, out on all platforms. Be sure to check that out. I think we've done some good work. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. Love y'all. Bye-bye.